I see sellers trying to show up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, even LinkedIn all in the same month, and they're going to burn out before market even starts. Hey there, and welcome to the Wholesale Huddle. I'm Stephanie Smith, busy mom of 3, founder of Product Partner Co., and owner of Birch House Games and Gifts, a handmade wooden board game company doing multi-six figures on the wholesale platform Faire. Each episode I share from my own firsthand experiences, or I sit down with other wholesale sellers who are actively building and thriving on Faire. We dive deep to talk about what's working, what's not, and the lessons we're learning along the way. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to wholesale, but learning about what's working for other sellers can help us make better decisions in our own businesses. So get cozy, grab your favorite notebook, and come join our Wholesale Huddle. Hey, Faire friends. Welcome back to the Wholesale Huddle and welcome back to week 2 of our summer market prep series. Last week, we covered your brainstorm worksheet, your promotion strategy, and your physical outreach plan. This week, we're moving online. Okay, we're talking about your social media and your email game plan leading up to the market. And I know this can feel like a lot, especially on top of everything else that you're doing in the back end and with your, current order load and all the things. I mean, that doesn't stop as we're prepping. So I know you've got a lot on your plate. So here's some good news up front. You don't need to do everything, okay? You just need to do a few right things and do them with intention. So let's start with social. The guide's worksheet for this week is the social media brainstorm and plan. And just like last week's worksheet, this isn't homework. It's just a pulse check. So don't let it sit on your to-do list. Just spend a few minutes with it. Here's the thing about week 2 that I want you to remember. This isn't your hard sell. Okay, you're not pushing your offer yet. That's coming in a couple of weeks. Right now, you're just showing up. You're building a little bit of curiosity and reminding retailers that you exist. That's really it. That's the whole job this week. Obviously, you're also going to be thinking ahead to what you want to do for the future weeks, but in terms of what's actually going out to retailers, this is just a little sneak peek. That's all we're doing. So because that's the job, you don't need to be everywhere. I see sellers trying to show up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, even LinkedIn all in the same month, and they're going to burn out before market even starts. So for most wholesale sellers, the highest leverage channels are going to be Instagram for visibility and potentially Facebook groups, because that's where a lot of wholesale buyers are and where they're actually hanging out. Your email list for your existing retailers is very likely going to be your highest conversion opportunity. So that's one we want to keep in mind, as well as Faire DMs. And that's for that kind of warm personal touch with the retailers who've already ordered from you before, or that you're at least talking to there within the Faire DMs. So I want you to just pick a couple of these. We're going to lean into those. We're going to do those well. Please don't try to do all of the things. Okay, so for Birch House, it's really going to be Instagram/Facebook and email, full stop. I tried spreading across more platforms a couple of markets ago, and really it just kind of diluted my energy without moving the needle in any direction, because I was just kind of giving 50% to a lot of different things. So knowing my 2 channels going in will help me stay focused and give me the space to really create quality content for the connection leading up to the market. So I'm going to lean into those 2 socials as well as emails. I do love a Faire DM, but I utilize those later, and we'll talk about that later. But for now, I really lean into those 2 areas. So this week, I want you to open that worksheet, pick your 1 or 2 platforms, and jot down a few posts and ideas for each. That's really all you need to do. Okay, so I promised you a 5 email roadmap last week. And this is, at least for me, my highest converting effort when it comes to reaching out to retailers. So we still have time to implement these things. I am scheduling emails for my clients right now to start going out this week when this episode drops. This episode's dropping on the first day that I'm sending the first email. So we are going to deviate just a little bit from the guide here because of timing. The guide assumes a little bit more runway than what we actually have left as of right now for the market. There's an extra week kind of built in there. So I'm going to lay this out week by week, starting right now and running through the week after market wraps. Okay, that's really kind of what we're going to be looking at. The core principles and content stay exactly the same. I'm just tightening up the calendar to match where we actually are. So for a lot of us, email is going to be our highest converting channel. So this is worth getting right, even if it's just 5 emails between now and the week after market. Okay, week 1, that's this week, the week this episode drops, June 29th. In case you're listening to this later, we want to get this one sent ASAP. This is your sneak peek email, something like sneak peek of our fall bestsellers, plus what's new. Reminder, there's a Faire market coming up. Okay, we're going to start previewing products, getting them excited about what's coming. Week 2, we're going to be announcing our Faire market discount plus any fan favorites. This is where your offer is put out into the world, the one that we set last week. We're really building hype around what we're going to be offering them. Week 3 is the week before market. This is our ready to shop. Here's everything you need. This is the one where we're prepping them to actually shop with intention and to start building those carts now. We see a lot of that in the weeks leading up to the market, a lot of cart building, okay? And if we can help guide them in their navigation of our site, it's just going to increase our success for the market because they're going to start building out those carts and remember to check out with you. Week 4 is going to be market week itself, July 20th through the 23rd. It's here. Our Faire market deal is live, short, direct, and helping us to drive immediate orders. So here's a little bonus tip from the guide that I think sometimes gets skipped. I want you to consider one more email at the end of the market, the last day, just to announce the final hours of the sale. Okay, urgency works in this case, and a lot of orders come in right at the wire. An additional note on this, Faire will be pretty aggressively rate limiting during the market because everybody is trying to send emails through Faire campaigns. So this is where it might be nice to have an email list off of Faire as well. And I'm going to do some future Wholesale Huddle episodes about this, but you can still send emails if you have everybody's email off of Faire too. As long as you're still sending them to shop on Faire, you're staying within Faire's terms of service, okay? That's where it gets a little muddy, is if you're trying to promote to them and send them to your own website to buy. We need to make sure we are still sending them to Faire if we're going to be emailing them off of Faire's campaigns. So just something to kind of consider if you have that as an option. This kind of end of the market announcement would be really good to come off of Faire, especially if you're doing final hours, because by the time it's final hours, probably all of the emails from that day are going to get rate limited there at the end of the day. So one more tip that I learned, and I learned this one kind of the hard way. If you're sending personalized DMs to your returning retailers, okay, personalized DMs to your returning retailers on top of these emails, Faire is going to rate limit those based on how many you can send within an hour. Okay, so you need to kind of start sending those early, especially if you're sending them on the last day, because you're going to get timed out for how many you can send in an hour. And then you're going to be stuck not being able to send them if you're waiting too long. So pace yourself and then just come back and keep sending once it resets. But I would probably start sending those by like noon on the last day. Those are for the DMs within Faire. Okay, so week 5 is the week after market wraps. Don't skip this one, okay? We don't skip right after we've snagged that sale, okay? There's more to come. So that's when we're coming in and we're saying, thank you for a great market. Wow, you've blown us away. Even if you've only gotten 2 sales, we're still going to say that, right? You've blown us away. The retailers are loving this. Here's what's next. Okay, we're going to nurture the relationship. We're going to encourage reorders. We're keeping the momentum going instead of going quiet the second market ends. Now, one thing I want to share that I've seen some people do, I haven't done this myself. Maybe I will. I guess we'll see how busy the market is. Usually the market is pretty busy, and so I don't feel the need to do this. But if you feel a little underwhelmed with how the market has gone for you, you could extend a small sale. And you could say, oh no, missed checking us out during the summer market. We got your back. You can still save 5% and get free shipping through the end of this week. You know, something like that. If you're feeling a little underwhelmed with how you performed, it could be an option because there's just a lot of noise during market week. And so giving them an extra opportunity to take advantage of some savings could be good. Something to consider. So if writing 5 solid emails on top of doing all the many other things in your business feels like too much, I just want to let you know that I put together a Faire Market email template pack. It's a plug and play email script PDF covering pre-market, market week, and post-market, plus a bonus set of DM outreach scripts. So it's only $15, I think, on the site. I'll drop the link in the show notes so you could grab that if you want. So that is week 2. Pick your 1 or 2 platforms, fill out your social plan, get creating. You could get those scheduled ahead of time if you want, and get your 5 emails mapped out. At least get them mapped out. Try to get one out this week, that first week 1. It's a great time to start kind of planting seeds. Next week, we're moving into week 3, which is going to be auditing your Faire site like a total stranger would see it. This is my favorite, guys. It's my favorite. It's my favorite part. That's the one where we are going to take an honest look in the mirror in the best way. Okay. And bonus, I'm planning to host a live call where you can come and join and bring any website questions to the table. And I will help you think through them with you. This whole business started on me doing Faire site audits. It's my favorite thing to do. So I'm really excited to hop on a live and just think through some of these things with you guys and help you make some good decisions in how your site is laid out. We'll talk more about that next week, but next week is the perfect time to be talking about it so we can get those updates implemented before the market starts. So until then, you have a Faire Biz bestie in your corner who's picking her own 2 platforms and writing her own 5 emails right alongside you. So remember, we are in this together and I'm cheering you on always. One more thing before I go. If you're looking for more ways to grow together, that's exactly what I'm here for. Head to productpartnerco.com to see how we can team up from quick wins to full Faire makeovers, and come hang out with me on Instagram at productpartnerco. I'm sharing real talk and real strategy there every week. Cheering you on always.